You're listening to Cornerstone Kids, a parenting podcast, a series about practical ways you can become the primary disciple maker of your home. Hey guys, I am Jessica and
Pastor John Michael.
we are the children's pastors here at Cornerstone, Nashville. And, or two of the children's pastors. Pastor Kelly, she hasn't been on her podcast yet.
Next time.
Next time.
We're going to get her on here.
Get her in next year. Get her in here. But today we're talking about the holidays. So last week we talked a little bit about the holidays, using it to reset, and kind of, taking that break to reset your family. This is, today we're just talking about, tradition, holiday tradition, fun things that you can do with your kids, fun things that my parents did with me. Things that I did not like.
Gosh,
that
I don't even remember.
Happened. You don't remember any traditions?
I'm trying. I got some.
I mean, yeah, I love family time. We have a huge family. So my mom had 8 brothers and sisters. My dad had 2 brothers, 1 sister, and we. I mean, it was just the house was full. Was always full, and it was always just. I mean, kids everywhere, all of the things, but it was stressful. It was stressful. I remember as a child, like my aunts, we would just all line up, and everybody would be like, Jessica, James, Rebecca, just passing out the presents, and it was just huge. My aunt would always get us like these ugly Christmas sweaters. And I think
before it was trendy. Now it's cool.
There was one time where we got these sweatshirts, and I'm pretty sure they were like from like Dollar General or like Dollar Tree or something. And they're sweatshirts, and they have they're stamped like a print on them, and then the puff paint is like stamped over the outline. Do you know what I mean? Like where it's puffy on the shirt.
Yeah.
And it was a sweatshirt. And it was like Santa. So it was like a house, and there was a chimney, but the top of the chimney was like a stocking, and like Santa was coming out of a stocking. And then you would like, okay, well, maybe I can just wear this and turn around, and there's no Christmas on the back. Wrong. Like this whole way around the sleeves, there were like bows, and like it was all puff paint. And this was like a bright green sweatshirt. And I remember my cousins sitting with me, and I like opened this thing, and I looked at it, and I was like, I was like, is this real? Like, is this like a real gift, or is this like a joke gift?
Were you at least a child? You weren't like
I was like
14.
Oh,
shoot.
I was older. Like 13 or 14, and it was
no.
So, and I was, but I had to like, I was like, oh, like,
Yeah.
So
Thank
we
you.
wore them. We have a photo with them on.
Yeah. You wore them that day.
We put them on
then they were gone.
Immediately to show our appreciation.
Yeah.
It was the best.
I think I have anything like that.
It's like the best.
It's
I just
like,
remember.
It's like the modern version of like the pink bunny outfit where you don't want to, and you're like, go put it on.
But you kind of have to. My family, though, we don't really do ugly Christmas sweaters or anything like that. But we do on Christmas Eve. It is my favorite. I think a lot of people probably do this. We get takeout. We get like Chinese food.
Yeah.
Takeout on Christmas Eve, and we do stockings. So the stockings have a pair of pajamas in them, and like a couple little trinkets, like lip balm or something like that. And so we put our pajamas on, we eat takeout, and we watch a Christmas movie together, and and then we make hot cocoa like later on. But that's like one of my favorite things to do with our kids.
I don't even know. I'm trying to think about, so one that's not going to happen, but I loved as a child was my grandfather, my dad's dad, moved to Florida. So we lived in Tampa. So for a few years, we would do like Thanksgiving with my mom's side of the family I'm from Chicago, so with them. And we would do like a Christmas Eve with them and Christmas Day. But then like for New Year's, we would go to Florida.
Yes.
And it was awesome. It's like we would go hit up Disney because it was like 2 hours away. So
cool.
that was really cool. Now, are we doing that with my family now? No, because Disney's like $20,000 and it's too expensive. It's ridiculous.
I mean, probably.
But with something I like, so one tradition that we've kind of kept going. So my parents always let my brother and I open up one gift on Christmas Eve, and it was always like a kind of like a wah-wah gift, like pajamas, socks, or something, but we would open up one on Christmas Eve. So that was fun.
Yeah.
We still do that now. My mom always would get my brother and I some type of Christmas PJs, and they would be pretty close to be matchy.
Yeah.
And so now she gets me and my wife, Courtney, and then our daughter and our son. I'm guarantee we're all going to have
PJs.
matching pajamas of
So
some kind.
cute.
So that's always a gift we're going to get from my mom. No matter what, I've said, please stop.
That's
but we're going to get.
perfect, though. How
we're gonna
many
get 'em.
sets of like matching PJs?
A lot.
That's amazing. That's so
and
fun.
they get regifted, or I mean, some are Goodwill.
You could like every
'Cause
night of December
it's a lot.
wear matching PJs for the
I
family.
mean, probably
Create a calendar.
we have some. But like Courtney, she buys her own. So after I got married, I realized she's a big fan of The Grinch, and so that's kind of a family tradition. Is we have to watch The Grinch like 6 or 7 times in December.
Yeah.
And so now our daughter Bonnie is really into The Grinch. She likes it,
Love
and she
it.
loves her Grinch jammies that
Yes.
she has. I'm not trying to think of other traditions. Spending time with family. So my parents always come here
Yeah.
for Thanksgiving to see or for Christmas to see the grandbabies, and my brother will come too. So we'll house everybody in our house, and so I guess it's kind of a
Fun waking
tradition.
up Christmas morning with
Like,
everybody in your house.
it's a lot.
That's awesome though. Like that's so fun.
I mean, it is
Do
fun.
you like Christmas breakfast?
We do Christmas breakfast. I mean, Christmas dinner.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of other. This year, so lights are becoming a bigger thing.
Yeah.
So we have 3 trees in our house. So having
Nice.
multiple Christmas trees is something new. I did not know I needed that many trees.
You don't.
As a single guy, I had 0 trees.
You didn't even have like a tabletop
I
tree?
didn't know. And so now when we got married, we did 2 trees, and then our daughter now has a tree in her room.
Nice.
And there's talks of getting our son a tree in his
Wow.
room.
Wow.
So multiple Christmas trees is kind of a
Yes.
tradition, but Christmas lights. So I have to put Christmas lights up
On the
on our
outside
hou-
of
on
the
the
house?
outside of the
Is
house.
this a first time
Yeah,
for
I've never
you?
done this before. So we're gonna do that,
Yikes.
and then we're gonna go see Christmas lights. Like do a
Watch some YouTube
drive-through.
videos.
Oh yeah. But you
Yes,
know, like
I
the
love the
drive-through
drive- I
ones.
love those
So I think
drive-thrus.
that's
Yeah,
gonna
that's
be a
fun.
new tradition because our daughter really likes.
Yeah.
Like she loved all the Halloween decorations.
Yeah.
She was liking the Christmas decorations last year,
Yeah.
so we're gonna do a big drive-through thing.
That's super
And I
fun.
think that may be a reoccurring, and she'll love it.
We do that. I think we've done it for a few years. I don't know if it's like a it's like tradition
We'll see.
yet.
We'll see how it goes.
might become tradition, but yeah, we love the drive-through lights and all of that. But
Oh, and I
mean,
forgot. So stockings are a big thing.
do you do stockings?
So, again, I feel like when you get married, any single people
Yeah.
and married couples will know this, that you absorb the traditions of your spouse.
Yeah.
So, like,
Stockings were a big thing in our spouse's
Yes,
family.
yes.
So John Michael is my brother-in-law. He married my sister-in-law, and Daniel and Courtney. Their stockings
are a
is
big deal.
huge to
Yeah.
them, and they do really well with
so
stockings.
growing up,
like,
stockings
are great.
were nothing.
Yeah.
Like, we never had anything in them, maybe a pack of gum. Like, they were just a decorative item over the fireplace. And so, at first Christmas, that Courtney and I were, I think, married, or maybe we were still dating. I think it was when we were married. My stocking's packed on Christmas
Yeah.
Eve, and I was like, what is all this?
And what was in her stocking?
I went to Kroger and got a bunch of random things. It was like a mini Christmas tree cactus.
So you had the opportunity to see that your stocking had stuff in it
like that
before.
night. Like I wasn't paying attention. But then like Christmas Eve, I saw all of a sudden my stocking had a bunch of stuff in
Yeah.
it. And
man.
I don't even think about them. I'm all about the presents under the tree.
Right.
So anyway, stockings are a tradition. Stockings are important. They need to be filled with not expensive things, but fun items that are very personalized for the individual. So
Yeah.
my stockings had like the gum I liked,
Yep.
like cologne I liked, like little
Yeah,
things
that's
like
great.
that. And so now like Courtney's will have things for her that are personalized.
Yeah.
Bonnie has little things personalized for her. John Daniel, won't even be 1. He'll be almost 1. I don't know what he's gonna have.
Stuff a bunch of those like little,
Baby
little
teethers.
teether things.
We'll
that
put
he
some
loves
like
in there.
little puffs in there, Cheerios, like personalized. So that's kind of a
Yes.
tradition.
Yeah.
Is the stocking isn't an expensive item,
Yeah.
but all the things in there will be
Snacks.
personalized for the individual. So that's kind of fun.
Yeah, I love that.
But
Yeah,
that
the
first
girls
Christmas,
are
I
like,
was like scrambling.
oh, I can't. I mean, if you don't know, you don't know. But I mean, yeah, stockings are a thing for sure in our family. But they always do really well. with stockings, and my kids love them. So whatever your holiday tradition is, whatever you do, we talked about it last podcast, but using this time to like rest and reset. But I think the biggest thing for holidays is choosing joy over happiness.
Yeah.
That is like huge. Joy is different than happiness. Joy comes from the Lord. Yeah. Joy is something that the Bible talks about. Happiness, not so much. And so when we think about joy, what brings joy? That's our like Christmas production for the children's ministry this month. But like, what brings you joy?
Yeah.
Joy is something that is like deep within you, that you are. It's a fruit of the Spirit. Happiness is fleeting. It goes away quickly. But I think that family traditions, that intentional family time, brings joy. I think those things bring joy. It's not a moment of happiness that goes away. It's joy that lasts like a lifetime, and spending that time together. The Christmas story, reading the Christmas story together. If you've never done that before, do that. But those kinds of things. Think about what can bring joy over like fleeting happiness this season, because it'll make a big difference.
And joy. I mean, joy is something that like transcends circumstances.
Yes.
So if it's a good day, you're joyful, because it's not something that comes from us. It comes from God. If it's a terrible day, we can still have joy.
Yeah,
and
you
so
choose it.
I think it's not something that's dependent upon our emotions.
Yeah.
It's something that's greater than us. Mm-hmm. It's something that's spiritual. We want to create moments this Christmas season where you and your family can just rest in joy.
Yeah.
And then one thing, I was talking about silly things, stockings and the Grinch and whatever else. But one thing that we started last year, I think 2 years ago, we got a little Advent book. And so it's like, I think it's a week leading up to Christmas. We kind of do that book with our daughter. It has little snowflakes in there that you can pull out, and it has all the names of God, like Wonderful Counselor, Mighty God, Emmanuel. So it's fun little snowflakes. And then as you do it, I believe you're supposed to put it on the tree.
Yeah.
And we'll probably put it on.
Tree.
Oh God! The Advent tree. Well, we have our nice tree downstairs, which is the nice one, and then the one in our little playroom is Bonnie's tree, which is a hodgepodge of whatever, and then the one in her room is pink.
Her crafts from Sunday.
Yeah, it's. I mean, literally, it is just what it is. And then the one in her room is pink.
Yeah, nice,
and
perfect.
It's just a pink plain tree. But so we have the Advent book, and then every day we put up a new name of Jesus on the tree is what we're supposed to do. So it's kind of like a fun little thing. She likes it because it's a snowflake, and then we as parents like it because there's a spiritual aspect to her. Whether she's understanding it or not, I mean, it's getting in there. She'll absorb it, and it'll hopefully be a tradition we do as for her, John Daniel, kid number 3 in 2028 or whatever.
I thought you were about to make an announcement here.
No special announcements.
Well, thank you so much for listening today. We hope you enjoyed this episode and learned something new about yourself, your kids, or God's plan in your parenting. If you like this episode and want to keep up with new ones, please hit the share and subscribe button. Also, don't forget to check out our free parenting resources that can help create peace, routines, and relationships in your home. Just visit cornerstonenashville.org/parent resources. See you next time.